he met with the media for the first time. The Cleveland media, of course, asked about a recruiting pitch for Jadeveon Clowney, who the Browns are still talking about. Listen to what Malik Jackson had to say about that.
I don't think I have to be honest with you. It's one of those things that the team speaks for itself, and what we're trying to build speaks for itself. So if you want to hop on board, come hop on board. I understand the free agency market isn't what he probably wants, but it's things are bigger than monetary value, and you get a chance to be on a good team and set yourself up in the future.
With the guys that are coming in, that this is a really good situation. So those are the kind of things you want to hear from free agents that are signing with the Browns without question.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm writing on Jadeveon Clowney now about looking at I kind of hesitate on writing about people that aren't in Cleveland because it's like it can seem like an ultimate waste of time if a guy signs somewhere else doing somebody else's homework. But there's so much noise around Clowney in Cleveland. I just want to kind of see what his 2020 tape looked like. And if he was still the same player that was really good in 2018, 2019, and he missed 8 games with injury. And that part's tough because you don't get a full season sample size. I just didn't think he was the same player he has been before. There could be a number of reasons. Could be dinged up injuries. Could be being upset about the type of deal he received in free agency. He was expecting more. It could be any number of things with a guy as talented as Clowney. I think he's got to get more consistent with his pass rush plan, how he wins at the point of attack, whether upfield or inside or swim move, rip move, whatever it is. He's got to get more consistent with that approach. I think he thinks he can just win on athleticism his whole career, which is not something a guy is going to be able to do forever. Even somebody as good as Jadeveon Clowney, obviously the first pick in the 2014 draft, you have to consistently execute one-on-one matchups. And if you can't and you fail to do so and think you can win on athleticism alone, it's going to bite you more often than not. So, look, the thing with Clowney is he was the number 1 edge player for the Texans last year. He was the best player on the field for them in terms of pass rush consistency. He would not have to do that in Cleveland. That's a big selling point for him. Now, does he want to come to a place where he has a low double team rate because Myles Garrett's going to absorb a lot of that pressure? Maybe, but he also might be leveraging Cleveland for money and saying, hey, Cleveland's offering me this much. Can anybody else offer me more? I don't know. It's not for me to say. I think if he comes to Cleveland, I think they're still going to get a really good player in terms of the second edge. You're not going to get a 15-sack guy, probably not. I mean, he's going to have opportunities to do those things, but coming off the meniscus tear last year, he's still trying to get his body right. And if he gets his body right heading into the season, there could be something there, especially in a role where he would not have to be the singular focus on pass rush most times. As he was double teamed at a really high rate last year, and that matters in terms of your production. So that's a big draw that Cleveland presents that not a ton of other teams present to Jadeveon, which is, hey man, you got a really good player playing opposite of you who's going to draw a ton of attention, going to more often than not draw that 6th or 7th blocker because they got to control him some way, somehow. So you're going to get free reign, and there's a lot of draw to that. So hopefully that is enough to convince him to come to Cleveland, and there's a role for him here. I do think, listen, he's not 2017, 2018, 2019 player anymore, in my opinion, but there's still a really good player in Clowney there for the right price, and I think he's got 2, 3, 4 more years of good football in him.